or Twitter.
The Bulldozer Matt Tremont, the 8-time Deathmatch Tournament winner, the former 2-time world champion, the owner of H2O Wrestling. And if there is one podcast to listen to, that is the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get ultraviolet, motherfuckers.
And good evening once again, fans. You're listening to the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. They're more than welcome to come on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, the girls talk good like.
All right.
It's a budget thing.
Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now. And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. My guest at this time is Brad Marcus of Pro Wrestling Junkies. How are you, man?
Doing good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for responding and coming.
Oh, sure.
You know, it's the way to do it. Let's have some fun and talk wrestling.
As long as I don't end up bleeding at the end of this, everything's good. You know?
No, I'm sure you just heard that voice at the very beginning was he's actually going to be retiring pretty soon, very soon in the business. In a couple of weeks at his last show, he's going to be retiring, putting up the boots. The Bulldozer Matt Tremont.
Wow. Was going to say, and he did, that was who did the intro?
Yes, sir.
It sounded like Satan as well could have done it.
Yeah, but no, deathmatch veteran, and he's going to have one more go around with Ricky Shane Page, October 30th in Williamstown, New Jersey, at the Hardcore Hustle presents Deathmatch Extravaganza, and it's a Danny Havoc memorial, which is really cool. They
wow.
The wrestler Danny Havoc, so they made a title up at the last couple shows. We had a title that was being produced. And so that's going to be presented to the winner of 16 men. 16 men will go enter a tournament, deathmatch tournament, and who will survive, who will die, as they say at the end. You know,
is that going to be really bloody?
Oh, it's going to be on IWTV. So yes.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
answered my question.
I will be there for night 2, not night 1. It'll be Saturday show. So
is Friday that the goodbye
Saturday.
Show?
Huh? Yeah.
Is that Saturday the goodbye show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And tickets are only $25 at the door, so you can't go wrong. With the social distance and everything. The guidelines that everybody does now.
I have yet to been to it. I haven't been to a show since last February, so.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So on October 3rd, I'm going to go to the CCW show.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there wasn't, even if there's just one match, just to go and get out finally.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this,
sure.
Brad. What is Pro Wrestling Junkies all about? You guys, just the news team, information.
It started in I want to say mid-May, and then over the summer they brought on a bunch of admins. I think there's like maybe 12 to 15 of us. And, we do trivia and This Day in Wrestling, and we do interviews and we do card breaks. Every week somebody's getting like a shirt from PWT or some type of, prize for something. But we've also been doing these virtual meet and greets, which last night we had Kurt Angle. And then coming up, we have Devon Dudley, Eric Redbeard, who else? Matt Cardona. RVD next week, Sadie Gibbs, and then the one I'm looking forward to, Christopher Daniels in October. So there's a lot of stuff, and beyond just like talking about wrestling and everything, I don't know if it was just the collection of right people came in place, but everybody is there. It's like, so if you come on in the morning and say, I had a really bad night, I haven't been feeling well, you'll get 50 responses saying, hey, if you need to talk, DM me. Or so it's a very, a community. And you really feel that it's beyond just wrestling. People actually that care about you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know there's lots of groups that are out there that, we know.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I really want to be a part of it? No. It's not interesting. But,
But everyone's very warm, and outgoing, and it feels very inclusive.
Mm-hmm. And you can, joke with them and go to a show because if they're
Totally.
cold, yes.
Well, that's what I told someone maybe a month or two ago. So when I started watching wrestling when I was 8 or 9, I had never been to a show with anybody until past February. I didn't know anyone who liked wrestling.
Yeah.
I never had conversations, anything like that. So now, since I came on here, there's tons of people to go to shows with, if there were shows,
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward, to that part.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
go on.
no, go ahead.
No, see, everybody's, really open about, who they are, what they do, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you feel like these people, even though you haven't seen a 3-dimensional version of them, just on the computer screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Going to a show with these fans and people that we never met before, it's always kind of a cool experience to see what they're all about. And you get in it, they get hooked, and you go with them. I always go. I always ride with my old man, or I'll take a ride with my neighbor or my good friends. They'll pick me up. I'll throw the gas money, and just because I don't drive. So
yeah. Yeah, no one ever took me. My parents would never take me to shows growing up. The first one I went to I was in college, and it was like a WCW house show in '97, I think. So
Right.
I never had it. It was like everything was from Saturday or Sunday mornings or WWF magazine or PWI. So that's how I got everything. And then I had a black and white TV in my room where I could get WCCW and Mid Atlantic late at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to entertain myself.
Mm-hmm. And then you found out about Chicagoland Wrestling as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So,
and I think it's one of these things where, everybody loves their hometown, like how I love the Sox and the Bears. So, I feel like I want this company to do well. I have nothing to do with it, but it's I want to see my hometown company really take off. So I've been, following them. I've interviewed a bunch of the wrestlers that are going to be on the October 3rd show. So I'm just really excited about that and excited to be at a show, even though I'm not going with anybody again.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
My low point was WrestleMania by myself. But
really?
Oh, God,
really?
Yeah. That was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know how it's. Yeah, when you go to a show by yourself, it's like, okay, am I gonna have fun? Am I really gonna? I'm gonna go talk to the promoter at least, or somebody else to.
Yeah, I always get the aisle seat because no one's buying just one ticket. I get the aisle seat, so I'm in and out, But yeah, it is strange, thinking that what are people thinking about me? Is he waiting for someone to come? Is he by himself? Mm-hmm. So that happens a ton.
That always happens to a fan.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? But you know what? It all depends on weekends. And, you're busy, and you can't get out. You can't do it.
Even at Mania, you talk to the people around you, it wasn't I felt like I was all by myself, So especially I think the wrestling community is very inclusive in general. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's tolerable going alone.
But speaking WrestleMania, man, my God, we're gonna have WrestleMania weekend again in October in actually Indianapolis, Indiana. Have you seen that?
No.
The Collective, the big collective.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of companies gonna get together for big weekend. The WrestleMania that would have happened. From last. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be a great 3-day week. 3 days of pure wrestling.
Indoors,
outdoors. I think they're doing
better.
They're doing it at that beautiful. I don't know what park that is. It's been shown on TV. Game Changer Wrestling has been there a lot.
Okay.
Which is really cool. So.
Yeah, I need to start getting back into this again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the wrestlers I've spoken to, who just haven't done anything in months. It can't,
mm-hmm. Even if you don't go, you can watch it on Fight TV.
Yeah. But that means I'm home with my wife and kids. I'd rather just go.
Yeah, I know. I can't just jump up and go. That's a 12-hour ride for me. I'm not gonna get a plane. I'm gonna wait till all this is clear, then I'll finally fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not worth it at this point to fly.
No, because you still have to be quarantined, or whatever. And a lot of these guys risk it though. But you know what? That's their job. The wrestlers are there. They're doing it to get there to the show and perform for us.
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of companies. I was looking at like Black Label Pro, Shimmer for the ladies.
Yeah.
Like they're bringing that back. That's been out for like, my God, long. Like they haven't been done shows in probably since the quarantine.
Yeah, I used to see them. I used to go when I was maybe like 10 years ago when they were in Berwyn. I used to go to those shows, and I felt the most self-conscious about because I thought people thought I was creepy. Going there alone to see, female professional wrestling. But they put on good shows.
Yeah. And Freelance Underground is going to be there as well. Freelance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Who else? Game Changer. I don't know. There's so many other promotions. I think Beyond again, of course.
Oh, wow.
And just a lot of other. What is it? Paragram Pro, or I think Para.
Is it like Paradigm or something?
Yes. Yeah. I saw they're involved. So, which is cool. It's good. It's great for people. That's going to be a huge. And spring break, of course. Joey Janela's spring break.
Yeah. It's funny over this quarantine when we had to stay home and stuff, and now like I'm a stay-at-home dad, unfortunately.
Right.
It's been good in that like. I've been watching tons of like videos on YouTube of just like indie wrestlers, and there's so much great stuff. Even when it's not in English, that's been great. That's been one of the small.
Let me ask you this: do you have the IWTV network?
No.
Oh my God, highly recommend it.
I know.
Everybody. Yeah, I know. Money talks. I know.
No, it's not even that. It's
No.
the wife and children.
Yeah. They wouldn't let you. Yeah.
I always wanted to get like a clubhouse, like a studio apartment with a couple of friends, each put in $100 a month and just have somewhere to go.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to get. I know. But what you see, like you say, YouTube has a lot to offer. Yeah, there's tons of like if you look back and let's say Joey Janela, okay? Type in Joey Janela, NWS, where he started his career. Okay. Cheap, shitty cardy promotion. That and he said it on the podcast, Steve Austin's podcast, where he says, I work for $20 just to hand out flyers, but paid the dues.
Exactly, paying the dues.
Mm-hmm. But there's a guy who's had a really good long run, and he's still at it. And I'm proud of him. Yeah,
should be.
Him and his tag team partner, Sunny Kiss. There's a
Sunny Kiss, yeah.
What do you like? I see you love AEW. So
I like AEW. I used to be big into Ring of Honor in like 2003.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of money on DVDs to that company. I wish. I mean, if we had the internet like we do now, back then, I wouldn't have spent all this money. Like on these.
Yeah, now it's all digital. Everything's digital.
So I grew up watching, WWF and WCW, and then I got into Ring of Honor,
TNA, of course. Everybody was
anything that was on TV. I would watch.
Lucha Underground.
Underground, yeah. I used to watch that at work a lot. I had two screens,
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that promotion was something else, man. They brought and if you look back, that was the original Society X building as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When that popular show was
they were fun matches. It was a little overproduced, I thought at times, but yeah, the matches were fantastic.
I mean, you had Spider Nate Webb as Chase, and you had like New Jack, or you would have like Eddie Hart. That name.
Hart, yeah.
There's a name that we hear, and I'm probably still in jail. Who knows? What an idiot move, but whatever. But there's a guy who ruined his career.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. There's been so many guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
move on, man. But like talking about AEW, you could look at you got Eddie Kingston. My God, like there's talent that people don't know he had way before on the indie scene.
Yeah, like that's what I like what's going on with the AEW Dark, where they're bringing in a lot of indie guys. Some of them are local, just because right now in Florida and everything. But I like that they're giving these guys a chance, just to even be on television for one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that in WWE. I mean, they have NXT, but I really always try and catch.
And
AEW
you know what's awesome that AEW lets them go out and do a show.
Yeah, so I talked to Fabu Andre, who wrestled John Moxley on AEW Dark, and it was like a 2 or 3 minute match. But like, even if he had no other opportunities the rest of his life, he wrestled the champion on television, on national TV. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really cool that they give these guys the opportunity.
Yeah, I know. Like Sunny gave a good chance. Sunny had a good fight with Cody. Come on, that was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these other people, and but there's still more people that just be on the lookout. There's going to be some. We're probably going to see some faces that we really know.
It's going to blow up. Like once, like everything is. This COVID stuff is under control and stuff. There's so many people ready to blow up.
And I'm thinking like the guy that I had on my podcast, Garrison Creed. He might be one of those people that could.
He's got like the look. He's really eloquent. He looks like he could be intimidating. So it's I agree on that one.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, we'll see. But there's a lot on the rise. We know there's so many people we can, on the circuits.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's something to look forward to, and everything's going to explode at once.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll just wait till Cody comes back, full back in his mood again, and take care of business because he needs to put some people back in line. I mean, that was a good that was a good pay-per-view also. The last pay-per-view was really good. I watched it.
I don't like the Orange Cassidy Jericho match. Like, it wasn't like the greatest match, but it was fun. And like, I sometimes feel like, all right, should I really like Orange Cassidy this much, to where I'm putting him up at like main event thought, or is it just fun? So I'm waiting to see what they're going to do.
That fun, but it was a challenge for him, because Jericho said that he wanted to make sure he's, got
more than just one or two gimmick things.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that match against Pac, I think, is really when I said, "Oh, this guy actually can put on a match."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pac. Yeah, when he was around, where is that guy? Where is?
I don't know. Like, did he wrestle Kenny Omega like early on? Like, I don't know what happened to that guy. I'm afraid they're starting to take on too much talent to fit onto the show. But
like Rusev,
and like that's cool, him showing up. But like, I don't want AEW to get to the point where it's like what WCW was. They were getting anytime a guy from WWE was released, WWF would go to WCW, and so like the only equivalent if you're leaving WWE at this point, nationally is AEW. So I just don't want it to get like all the retreads.
Yeah. I
worry about that.
They need to study and get the indie people in because I mean, my God, there's talent that's female talent and male talent, man. I mean, like really, like there's, like I said, we don't know who's going to come up next, like there's so many faces.
It's going to be really difficult for anyone to do any like 2020 lists, for this past year, just because there's been such a little selection of what you can actually watch.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of like AEW, my God, I'm going to actually be seeing Brian Cage in October. He's coming to my hometown for I'm going to be at a sponsored event for a kid who has disabilities.
Oh, cool.
So he's going to be they call it Pals for Pals Go to War. So
And he's coming for that.
and
That's amazing. That's cool.
yes, and Smothers is coming down.
Oh, really?
Our meet and greet. Yep. So and Ace
Oh,
Austin.
cool. Cage is a scary guy.
Huh? He's a nice guy.
Cage is a scary. He's
a nice guy.
Intimidating, but he's a real nice guy.
No, he's really nice when you talk to him. He's not like, first time I saw him, I was like, wow, this guy's amazing. Like, like jacked up, but he's he could wrestle, man. Where he is today, man. Shit.
For sure.
Right next to Joey and all the other guys. Come on. But yeah.
Do you consider a wrestler making it to TNA as making it to the top at this point? Not TNA. I'm sorry, AEW. I didn't mean that.
The TNA is done. I don't want to say the TNA. Wherever TNA, I'd rather watch the original stuff.
Yeah, totally. The weekly pay-per-views.
Yes, the X Division, or when it was the X Division.
But yeah, do you consider AEW like you reached the top if you got there at this point?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
But then you look at talent on NXT that the next level of who's going to be coming.
Mm-hmm.
And they just recently signed former CZW Combat Zone wrestler Joe Gacy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea.
Joe Gacy's making his move to NXT. So he'll be around Gulak and Drake Younger and a lot of the other wrestlers as well as Cesaro, and he knows a lot of these guys.
Cesaro, don't get me started on that. It's such a
I know.
It's unbelievable.
But so he's amped to go, man. He's had a good run, and to be local and be known. He just had a match last night. Was it last night? ICW's No Holds Barred, Volume 6. He faced Tony Deppen in the last No Holds Barred match with him.
How long did that match go?
Pretty long.
Okay, yeah.
Tony Deppen's another one that needs to be seen under the radar. That's one of those guys.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's great learning about all. Everybody's got even if I interview someone who's barely been on the scene or who's been there for a while, everyone's got a really good story about how they got into wrestling and the trials and tribulations. So I love hearing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
these guys you don't know.
No, it's like what I had. Marco Stunt when he first came to Game Changer Wrestling, and he made his breakout moment at the New York show, and then got signed out. Years passed by, and then
Does he even weigh 150 pounds?
No.
Oh no.
His brother is the same weight as him.
Oh really?
Yeah. I've had him on, and actually I've had the father as well. So I've had
really?
Both guys. I've had all the family on.
Oh, that's so funny. Is there a mother?
Because no, I wouldn't. She'd be kind of boring to tell stories about growing up. Come on. But no. Well, the father used to be a promoter. At a lot of the Wombat shows.
Oh, okay.
The Wombat building before that closed down. Before they had that fire.
Wait, what happened?
They had a fire. I think they had a big fire.
Okay.
And they shut it down.
Oh, okay.
I saw pictures because Game Changer Wrestling went there for a couple of shows. They've done pay-per-views out of there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak about Game Changer a lot because that's one of my local promotions. It's grown, and you could see where they've been, and they're all over the world. They could travel to the world. They've traveled the world to Mexico to Japan.
And the people in your local promotion, they're stars. They may not be nationally, but these are stars. In my eyes,
Yep. I mean, you got guys from Chicago area. You got Chicago guys from Kentucky. Indiana. IW, Ohio, and the Ohio scene with the OI4, the Ricky Shane Page and his little group right at 4K for the Ohio gang right now, or whatever the hate gang that they are, but just to get under the skin of everybody, that.
You're not coming to Chicago for the CCW show, are you?
No. I wish I was.
It's my vacation.
Yeah.
That's my vacation weekend. I got one night alone. I
went to I'll tell you, I took the trip for Chicago when GCW did the first time around. We went to Freelance Underground.
Okay.
We did a double header. It was at the brewery. Before it was one of the breweries.
Yeah, there's
so many, but it was a nice but then they closed it down, and I looked like weeks later it would close down and then reopened again. But we went to that I guess flea market place, the gala they called it. Yeah. So we had a hell of a show that night. It was really, I got to help out a lot on that show because we were the guys out of town, staff,
Yeah, totally.
I wish I met Dave Prazak because he was right there.
Oh yeah, I used to get emails from him all the time. I had to, like on some newsletter, I finally had to, type in stop to shimmer and everything. Yeah,
but it's great to hear his voice on commentary here at that show.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, man, like just wrestling's wrestling.
Wrestling's and like it's since I became part of Pro Wrestling Junkies, it's made wrestling even better. Because now when I get like excited or I read something like some real cool news, I have someone I can go to as opposed to having like talk to myself, in my head and be excited about things. So yeah, Pro Wrestling Junkies has been great for that.
Growing up, what was your first experience going to an event? What was your first?
The first. This may sound crazy. The first time I'd ever saw wrestling was November 2nd, 1985, and I remember that because it was Saturday Night's Main Event, and ever since I've been hooked. Except like the years where I had to do it on the down low because that's like when girls started coming into the picture, but I never lost it. But I didn't go to a show until I was 20 or 21 when I was in college. I remember when I was younger, begging my dad, in the Friday paper show, if there was a show at the Rosemont Horizon that night. I remember there was a show that it was Killer Khan versus Hulk Hogan for the title. And I was dying. You guys got to take me. Well, $10 is a lot for a ticket. I'm like, no, you gotta. And then the next morning, my dad comes and picks me up. And what'd you do last night? Oh, I went to that show, the Rosemont Horizon. So no one ever supported it. But whatever, sometimes it's more enjoyable without somebody who doesn't know, with someone who doesn't know anything about wrestling. It becomes more frustrating and, trying to explain to them everything. So sometimes I'd rather just go alone.
Saturday Night's Main Event, man. That's like talking about me, man. Looking back at what I've been to. I went to Sunday Night Heat in New York City.
Oh, really?
I've been to the New York store, the New York restaurant.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Was it crazy there?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I got lucky. It was Christmas time. I tell the story to everybody. It's a great story.
Okay.
My sister and I, she got me tickets for something, or she wanted to take me to dinner or something. You know what I mean? So we went to the WWF restaurant. Yes, I was so excited. WWE had a restaurant. Cool.
Yeah.
Walk in the door, and look at all the souvenirs. Pick up what I want to pick up, some Steve Austin stuff or whatever I wanted to buy, and the lady said, we got a table. We were waiting for a table, to go eat dinner. And the lady's like, at the host desk was like, there's going to be a live show tonight. I'm like, what? Okay, they're going to have recording a show, worldwide. I didn't realize, so I got to see, I was there, Michael Cole and Taz behind commentary. I'm standing right behind them. I'm standing right there, and it the angle actually, the angle was actually Supermarket. The Super Booker T match with Steve Austin was the match of the night.
Oh, really?
But it was like the pre-show was, I guess, Chuck Colombo versus Billy Gunn.
Oh,
and
this was after they broke up?
This was in Charlotte. This was in Charlotte, North Carolina, like Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
And so me and Taz, we started like I didn't realize I was going worldwide. So I called my mom. Mom, make sure could you record the TV? Put this on TV tonight. Record this for me, VHS, please. Because I'm going to be on TV. Rubbing it in, and then, but me and Taz and I were doing like our he's like, who's the master of the figure full leg lock? Ric Flair, woo! We would keep on going like bringing up, plugging every kind of thing. It was fun, And then Christian, of course, and Edge were there as well on the stage.
Oh, cool!
They were doing, yeah, because you remember the Taz angle. It was Taz and Ed Christian. I believe it was Ed, him or Christian. They had a feud the night before, like on the Raw, like on,
Yeah.
Isn't that like amazing? Like
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to ask a side note question. Did you eat food at the WWE restaurant?
Absolutely.
Was it like the quality of Rainforest Cafe?
It was just your basic your basic New York style food, all you could eat. But then then months passed by. Hey, can you transfer it to DV, and I have it. DVD.
Oh, I remember one time I bought every Saturday night's main event on video cassette.
Yeah,
I had it transferred to DVD. Right. I may as well just opened up the VHS and just looked at like the tape. It was clearer than that. And then all this stuff, investing all this money in DVDs over all these years.
Yeah.
Now everything is free.
I know. But isn't that cool? Like I have a relic, like something like people.
That is awesome.
Like that's like I watch it once in a while. It's great to see.
Oh, really?
To watch the matches. I mean, I think I like Jazz is on there. They were supposed to have a big, female match.
Who was she with? Like Willie Mack? Was that
yeah. But yeah, if you go back and Google WWF New York Heat, like you'll see, like you can find it on the internet.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna look for it tonight.
Look at the card. You'll be like, yeah, that was back when
Was that in Times Square, that restaurant?
Yeah, it was.
So it's just craziness
around. Every week that place would get filled with wrestling. Yeah. Of course, after that, and then it closed down.
Yeah.
Then it closed down. Then I kicked myself in the ass because Game Changer Wrestling was doing an auction. The virtual auction.
Yeah.
And they were selling the check, the check when you get your check, the billfold, and it had the logo from the restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I missed the bidding on it. I would have loved, something like that would have been cool to.
Did you find out how much it went for?
Probably like $30, I'm sure.
Yeah,
something like that.
There was just Pro Wrestling Tees just had a raffle for Roddy Piper, all this Roddy Piper memorabilia, but a lot of it was like a receipt he wrote on, but they're not sure if it was him or someone else wrote it, But it was a lot of like scribbles on paper and stuff that they were raffling away.
Good old Roddy, man. Good old
Roddy.
They just released I think I just saw something on the news about her or on the internet that They Live was released again or something, like an anniversary.
Oh, really?
An anniversary of They Live, or something.
Yeah, that was. I remember watching that on HBO.
And I'll tell you what, I'll never forget the time, man. I wish I would have gotten. I went to a horror con,
wow.
A horror convention.
Yeah,
and they were doing the They Live. Of course, was he was there.
Yeah,
I missed seeing him. It was a long line.
Oh God.
Yeah, I wish that would have been awesome.
That's one that's just crazy that he passed away. I mean, he could be contributing right now. If Jake Roberts is doing it now, Roddy Piper could do it. And he was still so young.
Yeah, but he has a daughter now. It's in the business, which is pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
And I heard she's doing good, I think, too. So it's amazing. But God, I remember when that movie first came out. Just like that was like a pop, like horror. Come on.
Wait, who was it? Was it John Carpenter? John Carpenter? Yeah. That was a great. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see the movie Body Slams?
Body Slams, yes, I remember that.
The guy from the A-Team and Roddy Piper. I used to like that movie.
You know what's another good movie and people don't really pay attention? Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies.
There's a movie called Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies?
Yes, go ahead and check that out on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime?
I believe so. It one of the wrestlers.
I'm writing this down.
Oh, write this down. G Raver is in it. Professional wrestler.
Okay.
He's in that movie with you'll be like, oh wow, look at Shane Douglas is in it.
Oh really?
Duggan's in it. Piper's in it. Yeah.
All right. Well, after football tonight, I have something to do now.
Yeah. If you can find it there, go just Google something free. You'll find out.
Yeah, dig it up.
Yeah. Always to see that kind of film. And I actually remember having the guy on my podcast when he first started his career back in Virginia, when I first saw him at an event, and I was like, wow, it's like guy made a movie. Guy was in a movie and he was wrestling too. It was like perfect movie. That's
cool. Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect movie.
Yeah. There's so many movies that you just gotta keep your eye. It's like I always tell everybody, you know what? The Wrestler. There you go. A classic. And I always tell the story how I was 5 minutes of fame in the second row in Rahway, New Jersey. Yes. When they call that guy when Mickey calls on the phone, hey, Fat Frank. That's this guy named Fat Frank from Jersey All Pro Wrestling Company. So we had a show going on. We actually had a card going on the night that Mickey was there. We didn't, they were filming the movie, the whole, and I'm outside having a cigarette, and he's right there, and I could have got it. I didn't think about getting a picture. But no, to see
that's cool. It's a cool story.
It is. But now you look at like what movies are, catching or, like good documentaries right now. David Arquette.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Is that worth watching?
Check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Is it a documentary or is it?
He kind of
real.
He'll tell you. It's his
okay.
Story.
Yeah. Don't spoil it.
It's on a story on how he did the wrestling over in at that Game Changer Wrestling in L.A. Like he'll tell he'll tell a story how he faced Nick Gage almost.
Oh. Yeah. What was the other one? Even the Page movie. What was that? Wrestling with My Family or something like that. Yeah,
so many people in that movie that I heard about that were in that movie.
I thought that movie was good for like people who like my parents who don't understand about wrestling and it's fake. Mm-hmm. This is a good movie for like people like that to like expose them to what wrestling actually is. Mm-hmm. So that was I got my wife to go to that one.
You know what? Maybe throw out make her watch Ready to Rumble. Let her watch.
Yeah, totally.
Just let her watch that. Nacho Libre. Come on.
Nacho Libre, that's a great one.
Nacho Libre with Jack Black and Human Tornado, actually, from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Yeah.
Wow.
I got to be friends with that guy after. It's amazing because he's wrestled in Jersey so many times also. He came to Jersey, wrestled a lot of independent shows.
They put on good shows.
Huh?
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, he's put on really good shows.
They really did. They were, I'm surprised that they didn't get a call for the collective. They would have made man. Could you imagine? God. Bring some of their talent. My God. Yeah, people don't realize Pro Wrestling Guerrilla had some stars too, man.
A lot of the guys who are huge today, came through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. From like Kevin Owens, El Generico to everybody else. We could just keep on going. List,
Was Samoa Joe out there too?
Yeah, he did. He did a couple of runs with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a solid company.
Yeah. Wait, who's the last guy? Who really was like the standout? Oh, Jeff Cobb was the big.
Mm-hmm.
Was the big, and then he got Then he went to A, right? Didn't he go to AW and then stopped, or was he on a dark? I couldn't even remember. I think no, he didn't.
I'm not sure if it was dark or like the main show.
Mm-hmm. Huh. But yeah, he made his.
Anyways.
What's that?
So, no, I'm sorry. I had something in my throat. I'm good.
But yeah, now you look at wrestling and it's like, wow, what's going to be today?
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of not super thrilled with wrestling right now. There's nothing that's really like making me want to I got to make sure I'm watching by 7 tonight. Or I mean, I know that sounds like pre-DVR days, but you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just I do the one thing that I really like right now is the Roman Reigns heel turn. I think that could be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And if Kenny Omega does a full turn, but like right now, I just there's nothing that's been it's so exciting for me yet. Mm-hmm. But again, it's something good that when something does hit, it'll be well worth it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Oh, all right. Love that.
All right.
Ask me.
So the group coming to take over Raw, are you over that already?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of the WWE products anymore.
Yeah, it's
I don't
want to say it's unwatchable, but it's like sometimes I feel like they're purposely trying to like sabotage the show. Like me and
my friend always have the discussion that the product's gone down like a little bit, and you know what I mean. We can't.
You're lucky if you get one 3-star-ish match on Raw. Lucky.
I don't watch it. Like I watch NXT 205 Live. I'll catch what's.
I think they're 10 times better than Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, come on, virtual crowd for that that pay-per-view, or that was kind of.
Thunderdome.
All the mark spots of that too. Game Changer Wrestling. Shout out Kenny Omega.
Totally, that's right.
That was great.
And I think Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are on the other end, and Luchasaurus is wearing his mask.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's really funny.
Wow. So yeah, why not? Let these guys have fun with it. Go for it, guys. I'm surprised Joey didn't do that because he's more of the
totally
goofball for that stuff, or Sammy Guevara with it, but. There's a character. Speaking, Sammy's pretty good, man.
I like him. He takes a lot of losses, but I mean, I think that
he's going to grow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like get the scars now, and once he hits big, but yeah, he's gonna be huge once he explodes past the Jericho.
What tag teams are you interested in right now in the AEW? Like, what's catching your eye? Like Luchasaurus, the other teams like. I wish they got signed, man. Those guys, the city guys that were just in there. Capital Vice. I think I can't remember. They were on a dark.
I always wonder why the Briscoes never went past Ring of Honor.
Good question.
Because they've been around a long time, and like everyone who's basically come through there has either made it, gone to WWE or AEW at the very least.
Guys like Santana and Ortiz,
Yeah, I never understood that, but then I was thinking like the Briscoes have it pretty good. They've been in that company for a long time, so I bet they get taken care of.
Yeah, imagine if Jay Lethal got switched over. Boy, man. But no, he's the ring vet. He's the Ring of Honor vet. And,
Can I ask you another question?
Any question you want to ask?
Because I told you earlier, I don't have, people. I don't have opportunities where I'm talking to somebody about us. Oh shoot! What did I just forget about?
That's it.
Hold on.
Brain
It'll come back to me.
fart.
So tag teams. I've never been a fan of FTR. When in the Revival and WWE and then FTR here. I just can't get invested in their character. The matches are really good, but there's a lot of teams that, even guys, in the indies, teams are really good wrestlers, but I just don't get that.
I'll put it this way. Private Party's one of those underrated tag teams and needs to show more on their product, with AEW, but they can do some good things because they've been there for, they're an indie tag team. Like they're,
Mm-hmm. And I know Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus have been getting a lot of, time recently, but I think they could be good for a nice run for a couple months. They could put some good matches on with a lot of. I mean, they already have, but I feel like the tag matches right now more than singles. The matches have been way more exciting, and especially in AEW, they're incorporating. They're trying to get too many people into each match, but I think that I really like their tag team division. I think it's the company's sending in the right direction.
Yeah.
WWE, again, and I hate to pile on, you'd think that they were starting to get somewhere, and then the division just gets blah again. There's never a dominating team like there was a dominating singles guy.
Yeah, it's it's like Orange Cat. It's like his best friends. Put it that way. It's like there's two guys that really can, do some good matches. Because Chuck's been around how long? He's been in the business so long,
and they can tell a good story in the ring.
And now, did you know that he was a tag team partner with a former CZW wrestler as well?
Who was the CZW wrestler?
Lucky 13.
They were tag team partners?
Yes. Chuck. Yes. So check it out on YouTube. Lucky 13 and Chuck Taylor. Yeah. Chuck. Isn't that great? You'll be like, wow.
Wow.
Isn't that surprising?
Yeah. I mean, especially again, before the internet, you would never have known this stuff. No, that's cool. For Pro Wrestling Junkies, I every other week do a this day in wrestling history for the week, and every time I go back, there's always stuff that wow, I wish I was alive for that, or I wish I went to that show. But
now you'll be able to talk about that one.
Totally.
Tell your friends about that one. They'll be like, wow. For your next podcast, right?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Maybe I could come on sometime too.
I would love it. That'd be great. That would be awesome.
What do you want? What do you want to finish up on? Let's call it a night.
Okay.
Because I know you want to watch your football. Hey, did the Eagles win today? I don't even know.
Yes, I think they did.
Yeah,
I think they did. I think they put up a ton of points.
Yeah, I saw that on the internet somewhere.
Miles Sanders didn't play, but
Eagles fan, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. I would kind of say in the middle of fourth quarter, I just left the house and went to the grocery store. It's I don't even care if they win or lose. In fact, them winning is probably worse for the franchise in the long run. So, Hun, you had asked me about the Kurt Angle.
Yeah. What was this? Speaking about Kurt Angle. Yeah. What was it? I saw you had a post. You were showing a post on.
Okay. So what had happened? So there was a couple things, and I think the question that got him really laughing was I asked him how long it took from when he won his first title, how long it took from when he left the ring to getting in front of a mirror to see how it looked on him, and that's what he was talking about. But it actually turns out later on when he got back to his hotel, he did the show in front of the mirror, and then I made some disparaging comments about my children that he found humorous. But that was the truth.
Yeah.
About my kids.
I'm glad you guys had a time to get him on the pod show
It was like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. Like, God, I just like exchanged words with Kurt Angle, and he said my name. It's just really cool.
I've had that experience with a lot of wrestlers in the past. Like, you never know who I found like PCO, PCO from
Oh, really?
Backer. Come on, like nobody would know, or Draws, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, or Rory McAllister of the Highlanders. Like, my God, these people, and they're still out there,
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, at least once or twice a month, have a dream at night where I run into like this wrestler that I love, and I can't find anyone to take a picture of me. I mean, this happens at least twice a month. I have this dream. I don't know, but maybe now that I'm part of this community, I'll have less and less of those dreams or nightmares, whatever you want to.
Like me it's like me just recently. I just told on my podcast. I got one of those. I posted on Facebook a picture of me in the DDP yoga hat. Right. Well, guess what? I bought. It was his sister selling his merchandise.
Really?
Yes. At a flea market during the week. I got lucky because she's a local and he's from Atlanta.
Oh my God, that's really cool.
Yeah, because he had a couple of T-shirts of the Diamond, the Diamond Dallas. Yeah, I should have picked up. I was $5. I got the hat for $5. DDP yoga hat for $5.
I remember going to like flea markets to get old like the Coliseum video, VHS tapes and pornos. Like those are like the two big sellers at all the video, stations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But all right, well, I should probably go attend to the family.
Yeah, and catch replays of the games or whatever's going on.
Yeah. We just got into the show Lost, so I'll probably watch one of those tonight too. But
I fell off the earth of television, man. I can't watch TV shows anymore as much as I used to.
Oh no! Like I try and tell my kids, like he's like, "Don't you want to watch this commercial?" I'm like, "No, are you crazy?" Like that's the beauty of this technology nowadays.
You should throw on the old WWF commercials. They get a kick out of them, like the figures from back in the days when we had them.
Well, it wasn't until I moved. I just moved to Champaign 2 days before the stay-at-home order went into effect. So my wife would never let my children watch wrestling. She didn't want me talking about it. But since we had to stay at home, I did this conversion, and now my kids are deep into it.
That's good.
My folks are into them.
That's good. Just don't let them hear the dirty stuff. That's it.
Yeah, totally. But
good.
Well, I definitely would want you to come on mine, and I'll treat you as well as you treated me.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll send you what do we got? Some merchandise laying around. I still got those. I got coasters. I got zombie stickers coming.
Awesome.
I just got some stupid stuff, just like I don't have T-shirts. I do have T-shirts, but they're like smalls and larges.
Every day, like I feel like I'm promoting somebody else. Somebody's like pro wrestling tees store.
You like the logo? I cut that from the cozy, so yeah, I think it looks special,
That's great.
Why not, right? But yeah, I had lapel pins, but I took them down, I think.
Yeah, I usually have a green screen, but I threw up my vest for this podcast.
Oh, really?
My Pro Wrestling Tees VIP vest.
Oh, cool.
And I don't think I'll ever wear it anywhere in public, but I tell my wife once in a while I'm going to wear it around the house. She's okay, as long as I don't go outside with it on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know anybody in this town anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
No, but you know what, Brad? It was awesome to have you on and
Thank you so much.
Plug away I'll put it even up here. I snap our fingers, like that. Wow. Oh, no, that's not it. Hey!
That one's for you.
False. Yeah, it's me, but this is you. Where can everybody find your social media?
This below is all our social media information. Come on, join the group. You will be treated like a king. Everybody's so welcoming. That we have trivia contests all week. We have these virtual meet and greets. Like I said earlier, we're having Rob Van Dam, I think on the 17th, and a bunch of other wrestlers. So go on to our Facebook site or Twitter or Instagram where you'll see a whole schedule. And you're always eligible to win something. There's always something going on. and you're going to be with a group of like really nice wrestling fans, but like caring people who kind of give a damn about you. So definitely check us out.
And you heard it here from Brad and everybody on the world of wrestling. Support wrestling, like we always say. Support indie wrestling, support professional wrestling, support deathmatch wrestling as well. I put that in there because I like to say that, and that's true.
It sounded good.
It does. What do I got? I got to check my calendar. David, what do you got coming up on your podcast? I know. I have so many. There's so many people who want to come on this podcast these days. Oh, actually, I'm going to have this Wednesday night on the Deathmatch Russell podcast. I'm going to have good question. I better look at his name again. I always forget the names. The Big Bad Wolf. The Big Bad Wolf. What the hell? He gave me his name and I forgot it now. Ace Evans is going to be on the podcast from Michigan area. And we'll see what he's about. And that's it.
Maybe remember one more thing. This week, interviews on Pro Wrestling Junkies. There'll be one from Garrison Creed as well as the Ewok on Tuesday and Thursday of this coming week. So,
you know what? Plug away, because Garrison was a really great guest on my podcast. And
yeah, he like I said earlier, very eloquent and like had really well thought out answers and good stories to tell. So I loved having him on. It was probably one of my most favorite interviews. So that'll be Tuesday, and then I have a bunch more that I'll slowly be posting, over the next 2 weeks.
Well, I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube and the audio version, and I need to get those up there because I've been slacking on my uploading lately because I had an infection under my eye that really couldn't, when I was like, I had a dental root canal, I guess, infection. So it put me up. I know. I didn't realize I had it. But
that's the last thing you expect is going to happen from
Labor Day weekend thing on a Saturday, whatever. But I was like, I gotta play catch up and put those episodes up on the internet this week. So hopefully, build up the podcast, the audio versions.
Good to me.
Hey, Brad. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. I really enjoyed
I'm looking forward to coming on your show.
Absolutely, I'll be in touch for sure.
Mm-hmm. Have a good night, everyone.
Take care.
Fans, that was a nice conversation tonight with my guest, Brad Marcus of Pro Wrestling Junkies. Like he says, they do a whole bunch of fun stuff. That gives me ideas, too, for the Deathmatch Russell. Maybe I'll start doing giveaways. What do you think? If you want to hear Deathmatch Russell do something on a podcast, give it away to a fan. Let's do it. I can come up with some fun stuff, and we'll see what you got. And maybe I'll do a little trivia question, or I'm going to do that from now on. I think. Let's see. If I don't have a podcast, I'm going to be doing a raffle or something. I'm going to do some stuff. I need to promote and get people to have some interaction. Fans. It's all for the fans, and have fun with wrestling as well. Fans, I want to say thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Have a good night. And my guests, shout out to the Pro Wrestling Junkies, Brad, and check them all out on the social media right down below. And stay tuned this Wednesday for my guest. Have a good night, everyone.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: DeathmatchRussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Instagram at DavidNJ36. Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell Podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.